Now, I rarely talk about other creators on this channel, but today, allow me to talk about I Am Marwa, because we are in the same situation. He doesn't have a wife, I don't have a wife. He lives in the village, I live in the village, as you can see. Marwa is educated, I'm educated. Marwa is a man of means, I'm a man of means. We have very similar. Marwa is my age mate. I'm 35 years old, and I believe Marwa is 35 or 36. So we have many similar things with Marwa. We are divorced, we are educated, we are men of means, we live in the village, we are age mates. Very similar things with Marwa. I want to address the lack of wives, and I'm talking specifically to young men who are not married, because you may think that some of us made mistakes when we were marrying, and I don't want to apportion blame to anyone between I Am Marwa and ROCIO. I have been following them keenly, but I usually don't comment about them because we have enough creators who talk about them, and I don't talk about Marwa and other creators because there are so many issues to talk about, so I cannot focus my life on talking about other creators. But in this case, I want young men to understand something from my life and from the life of Marwa, that when a wife does not want to stay in marriage, she will leave. I want you to listen to me very keenly, that if your wife does not want to stay in marriage, and I'm talking to you before you get married, you young men, if it reaches a point that you get married and your wife does not want to stay in that marriage, she will leave. And you will ask yourself, what wrong did I do to her? What problem did I cause? But she will come up with very, very valid reasons. Very valid reasons. And she will leave that marriage. And sometimes you'll ask yourself, am I that bad? Am I that bad that she had to leave? You will ask yourself those questions, and sometimes you will have no answers, just like I don't have answers to my predicaments. I Am Marwa does not have answers to his predicaments. Now, the main reasons why wives leave marriages are infidelity, violence, and neglect. When a man starts sleeping around with many women, just look at the way village is beautiful. When I say I live in the village is beautiful, bro. We breathe fresh air. We film whatever we want. No police is going to ask me, why are you filming here? Now, I said the main reason why women leave marriages is infidelity, violence, and neglect. On infidelity, ROCIO cannot prove that Marwa was with other women. She has not demonstrated it. So we can rule out infidelity. Just like my case, there was no cheating. In his case, there was no cheating. So, can a wife leave when there is no cheating? Yes, a wife can go. Number two, did Marwa fail to provide for his wife? No. Marwa provided everything. He has a very good house. There is enough food. There is a very big compound. And she had freedom to do whatever she wanted. Just like my case, I have a home. I'm the only son. There's a very big compound. The wife can do whatever she wants. But did Marwa's wife leave? Yes, she left. So, can a wife leave when you have everything to provide? Yes, she will leave. Number three, did I Am Marwa beat ROCIO? No. Did I also beat my wife? No. Now, can a wife leave a man who is not violent? Yes. Now those three things prove to you that when a wife wants to leave, even if you don't cheat, there is no infidelity, there is no violence, you are providing very well and taking care of her. If it reaches a point where she does not want you, she's going to walk away from that marriage. And you need to listen to me very carefully, bro. Don't think you are saved. You will not beat your wife. You will provide for her. You will take care of her. If it reaches a point that she's now tired, she wants to go, she will leave. And you will be stressed. You will ask yourself, what did I do to this woman? You will ask yourself, am I that bad? Those questions will go through your mind, but he has decided to leave. You young men, you need to understand the Robert Briffault's law. The Robert Briffault's law, it states that When a woman stops benefiting in marriage, she's going to leave. And I said I am not talking anything negative about anybody. I just want young men to understand before you get into marriage. The Robert Briford's law says that anytime a woman stops benefiting from marriage, she's going to walk away from that marriage. Now, did Marwa's wife stop benefiting from marriage? Yes. How? Because she added benefits. How did she add benefits? When she came, she just wanted a man to love her. She wanted romance. She wanted to be in love, and she got it. But the statement she provided when she left that marriage, she said that Marwa was not taking care of her emotionally. Marwa had neglected her. Marwa was not protecting her from in-laws. I heard all those reasons, and those are extra benefits that she added when she landed. Now, when those benefits are not met, the wife is going to leave the marriage. So you should know that when the wife is coming, she is not coming to sacrifice. She needs these benefits every day. Any woman who can stay in marriage is a woman who wants to stay in marriage. People are not perfect. I am not perfect. Marwa is not perfect. Marriages out there are not perfect. People have flaws. Wives have problems. Husbands have problems. People have issues. And everybody you meet, they will have problems. And so, if your wife wants to cope up with you, she will cope up with you regardless of the challenges that she will find when she's with you. But if she does not want to cope up with the problems that you two people have, she's going to leave and she will break that marriage. My dear young man, please understand me. You have no control over an adult woman who wants benefits that she has decided I want them or I am leaving. No. You will be lucky to meet a woman who wants to stay with you regardless of whatever you have. You will be lucky to meet a woman who wants to stay with you despite the challenges that you are facing. But if she comes and she feels that her feelings are not being addressed, we say that these people are loyal to their feelings. And it's not bad. It's female nature. Women are emotional beings. They want their emotions attended to. If she feels that her emotions are not being attended to and she wants to leave, she will leave. Now, can you fail to meet a woman's needs? Yes, you can fail to meet a woman's needs, and that doesn't mean that you are a bad person. You will fail to meet a woman's needs. Sometimes I failed to meet mine. I am very sure that Marwa could not meet his woman's needs, all of them. And I'm very sure that a lot of divorced men out there will admit that there's somewhere that they failed to meet a woman's needs. So those women who stay, all their needs are not being met, but they have decided to stay. They have just decided that I am staying with this man. If they have not decided and they want to go, there's nothing you will do. She's going to leave you. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. If you are a man who is working and you are very busy with your work, I do YouTube and I do other things. I told you I'm a writer, and sometimes I trade, and I do YouTube, and I'm very active on Facebook. I do so many things. I have created multiple sources of income because you don't know whatever might happen in this world. So you create multiple sources of income, and that makes a man very busy from morning to evening. Now, ROCIO complained that Marwa did not address her emotional needs. She felt disconnected because Marwa was not attending to her needs with the child. Now, is this problem understandable? Yes, it's very understandable. If you are a very busy man, like I have said, Marwa is a very busy person. Don't joke with producing a YouTube video every single day on her channel. That is extremely difficult for many creators. And Marwa does it every day. Every day, if you go to that channel, you will find a YouTube video. That man works hard. I know. Don't look at me recording this video like this and you think it's easy. It's not. Recording this video like this, you then go to edit this video. You then have to render this video. You then have to make sure that you have stable internet. Then you upload it. Then you start planning other ideas for another video. It is very hard. So I am Marwa is an occupied man. I know. I have never been with him. I've never spoken to him. But what I know is that Marwa is a very occupied man. Sometimes he may not have time to address his wife's emotional needs. And so when ROCIO says that Marwa did not address her emotional needs, I understand. And was that a reason enough to leave that marriage? No. No. Because you came to this man because this man was successful. I am very sure ROCIO did not come to Marwa because she loved Marwa. I'm very sorry to say this. And it's a very sensitive topic and I don't want to talk more about this. But I can confidently say ROCIO did not love Marwa unconditionally. She loved this man because he is a very determined, brilliant, educated young man. And he is doing well on YouTube. This is a man who has dedicated his life to his passion. And he is doing everything possible to succeed. That is why he attracted ROCIO. Now, when ROCIO comes, because she has seen a successful man, she starts putting demands on this man. That, you know, I want you to take care of my emotional needs. I want you to be present for me. You are forgetting that what is making this man valuable makes him absent also. This is a man who needs to concentrate on his work. That is what made him valuable, and that is why he attracted you. But now you are leaving him because he is not leaving his work that made him valuable to attend to your emotional needs. You see how wives reason. I'm using this case. I'm not blaming ROCIO. I'm not blaming ROCIO, but I'm using this video to make you understand that sometimes a woman can come because she feels she wants you because you are a very valuable man. Because, of course, valuable men attract women all the time. But when she reaches, she wants you to disregard whatever made you successful and attractive. And she wants you now to attend to her emotions. She wants you to be present. And you've heard women say that he was not there for me. You know, he was not giving me attention. That attention thing is spoken too much. So how can a successful man, a man who is busy, a man who is focused on his work, how can that man abandon his work to give you attention and remain valuable? It is something I have never understood. So when ROCIO says that she did not get emotional attendance, she did not get protection from in-laws, which is also another point that I will talk about later, I fail to understand because she needed to have sat down and understood that this man is very busy. But the point I'm trying to make is that if a woman wants to leave the marriage, she will leave. You are not going to do anything about it. If she has decided that it is enough and I'm not benefiting from this man, and as the Roberts law says that when she stops benefiting, she moves out, she will move out. Any woman who has stayed in her marriage is a woman who has decided to stay, not women who are getting those benefits. People have flaws, marriages have challenges, people go through a lot of problems. And so when you see a woman staying in marriage, she has not decided to stay because she's getting benefits. No, it is because she has made up her mind that I want this man, he is valuable to me, and I want this marriage because I feel this marriage is valuable to me. If she doesn't feel that the marriage is valuable to her, she's going to leave. And now we have young men out there who believe that they are saved, they have read the Bible enough, they have read enough books about marriage, they understand ladies better because they have dated multiple ladies, and something tells them that they will do whatever it takes to make a marriage work. You know, I have talked to multiple divorced men because I was also anticipating for that. And one thing they told me is that they did not expect that they will also divorce. Because everybody enters marriage with the intention of making that marriage work. My brother, you will never enter marriage with the intention to walk away from your wife. Nobody enters marriage to divorce. That one, I want you to understand it clearly. We go into marriage because we love our wives. We go into marriage because we want things to work. We go into marriages because those of us who are religious, we want to fulfill God's promise that go ye and multiply. A man and a woman shall become one, and they will stay together and they will multiply. You see, so we are fulfilling God's promise. We want to be together if it's for cultural reasons, if it's for personal reasons, for social support. You just want to be with your person. So you will go to marriage with very clear-cut reasons that you want to be in marriage. But when you reach marriage, you realize that the person you are marrying has a very different perspective from yours. That the person you are marrying has very different goals. She has very different expectations. And therefore you find that there is a even though you had a very good dating experience, you went into, you dated for long and you did courting for a long time. It reaches a point where you start realizing that her needs are not your needs. Her goals in life are not your goals. Her priorities and her preferences in life, they are not your preferences. Like for example, as I told you, I love living in the village. You can see, I love living in this environment because it offers me peace. But you find a lady who does not love it because she considers this to be backward for people who are not educated, for people who should not even talk where people who live in town are, because living in the village is for people who don't have a brain. There's a woman who just believes that. So if I marry such a lady, she's going to abandon that marriage. Now we start understanding these things very late. These are things that we now start understanding when you are in marriage. And if you will understand this thing, when you are married, you will definitely divorce because the things you love are not the things that your wife loves. Now, are there ways people try to work out things and they work? Yes, some wives understand their husbands' needs. Some husbands understand their wives' preferences and they work out their issues that they have and they stay together and they decide to make the marriage work. But in some other cases, like where people don't agree with each other, you find that these two people cannot agree. And if they cannot agree, definitely they are going to live apart. The first thing that starts is usually separation. Do you have any control over your wife when you get married? That one I can assure you, no. You would have had control for traditional women. You would have had control for those women who depended on their men. But currently, we have women who understand their rights. We have women who know exactly what they want. We have women who now have power to decide what they want. They have their own money. They can make their own decisions. So you don't have control over any current woman, any modern woman. You have no control. The current woman is not the traditional woman where men had total control and they provided everything. They made sure that wives sit at home and take care of the home as you go to work. The modern woman is also working. She has her own money. She has her own perspectives about life. She has freedom. And so don't think that you will have any power to control any woman. If it reaches a point where she wants to make a decision to destroy the marriage, she will. And you will have no choice. You will have no power over her. And he will destroy that marriage. Now, will you feel frustrated? Yes, you will feel frustrated. And let me speak about Marwa and I, because I have been frustrated myself. If you thought of staying in marriage until death do you part, and you married officially, like myself, officially, there are government documents, we signed and we entered into an agreement, and you want this thing to work. Now, the moment it crumbles, it kills your world. You just feel like everything is falling apart. Don't let anybody lie to you that that thing will not affect you. Be a man. No. Let me tell you, there are men who value family, men who value togetherness and social support from a family. I myself, I come from a very supportive family, and I love a family. I love a house where there is a husband, there is a wife, there are children, and they all support one another. Now, if that is something you hold dear to your life, and it crumbles, let me tell you, it is going to hurt you in a very bad way, and sometimes you will not come out of that emotional burden easily. I watched Marwa when he was talking about why ROCIO left. He was acting, trying to laugh about it, but he was a hurt man. He said that he did not know what ROCIO had posted. He did not understand what ROCIO was talking about. He just woke up, and then it's like ROCIO dumped him using a video. She did not call him to tell him that I'm so done with this marriage. She did not call him to tell him that we can amicably end this marriage. No. She just recorded a video and said that the marriage is over. And so Marwa learned about the end of that marriage in that video. And when he was recording his video and I heard him talk, the man was hurt, because he believed that this was his family, that he had finally gotten married, that now he was a married man, a stable family man. He is providing for his wife. He is not violent. He has provided a home, a stable home with everything that a wife should sit down now and enjoy. But a wife now has left. That thing will hurt you, my friend, unless if you don't love that woman. Unless if you are marrying somebody you hate. You see, I see men telling us that you are a man, be strong, you will get no. If you marry a woman you hate, that is when you will come out of that thing easily. But men, we are supposed to love women. We are supposed to love women. And the woman you think you love the most is the woman sometimes you take and get married to. So when marriage ends, when marriage between you and that woman ends, bro, it is going to hurt. It's going to hurt properly. And you must be prepared. Some men decide to do very bad things that I cannot explain on this video because I don't want to go into that. But some men decide to heal and come out of it and agree that something I valued ended. But the lessons we learn, which is the point of making this video, is that a woman determines the extent to which marriage will go. And she is coming to benefit. And the benefits are many. She wants romantic love. She wants provision. She wants support. She wants attention. Women need many things. Now, some women do not have irreducible minimums, if I can call it that. They want all the benefits. They don't want anything to miss. And if anything is missing from all those needs, they walk away. We have women in marriages, they don't get emotional support, but they stay in those marriages. We have women in marriages, and we have heard about this thing all the time. Some women have husbands who don't provide, but they stay in those marriages and they provide. We've heard about those things. Some women are with violent husbands. Did you know that even a man who slaps you is a very dangerous man? A man who slaps you is very dangerous. But some women have men who beat them and they stay in those toxic marriages. Because why? Because these women have decided to stay. They know that out there we may not get the best. Out there we may think that they are perfect human beings, but they are not perfect human beings. So sometimes they endure that and they stay. Now, what will happen if some of them don't get the benefits, but they want those reducible minimums? They will get out of marriage. They will get out. They will not understand that marriages have issues. They will not understand that they cannot get everything in that marriage, and they will leave. So it will not be your problem for that woman to leave. Now, I will finish this by saying that don't blame men whose wives left, because sometimes most of those men tried everything to make marriages work. And also don't blame women whose marriages ended, because some women put a lot of investment in a marriage working and the man left. It is not just women leaving. When I said that it is a woman who determines how a marriage works, I did not mean that it's only wives who leave. No, sometimes it is men who leave. And they leave women who have decided that I want my marriage to work. I want this house to stand. But that man leaves and he goes. Some of them worked hard to see marriages work, but it did not work. We are now understanding this thing late in our middle age. Now we are understanding it. If someone had told us these things when we were in our 20s, we would say, your marriage ended because you are a narcissist. Your marriage ended because you are controlling. Your marriage ended because you do. You know, they will come up with all manner of things on why your marriage ended and then blame you on everything. In middle age, when you have faced these things and you have seen men and women divorce, you come to understand that, people who divorce are not actually bad people. They are not evil people. These are people who have different perspectives about life, people who have different needs, and if those needs are not met, some people will sit and understand that the world is not perfect and we can work out things. But some people want things to work and they want all needs addressed. If all those needs are not addressed, like ROCIO wanted romantic love, she wanted money, she wanted support, she wanted protection from in-laws, she wants everything. And if Marwa cannot provide everything, including attention, she leaves. So you have to understand that some people want everything addressed. But some people want the most crucial things addressed and they will make the marriage work. So don't blame any divorced man, don't blame any divorced woman. These people are different. So we shall meet again in another one. Thank you for listening to me. This is Gidia Kali, and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and bye-bye.